During this video, we're going to create our body tube. Your body tube is important because it provides structure for your robot. It provides structure for your rocket. If you didn't have a body tube in your rocket, you'd have a pile of parts. All right. Everything that you need for your body tube is over here in the body tube area. Also, rocket storage for one of the hours is over here. Things that you're going to need are a mandrel. Mandrel is anything in manufacturing when you roll anything around it. In this case, we're rolling paper, but it would also be called a mandrel if you're rolling metal around something. So you need a mandrel. Paper. There's a bunch of paper over there, and you can either use a glue stick or a bottle of glue. It doesn't matter which one you use, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. They both will work fine. First thing that you're going to do is you're going to fold your paper the hot dog way. Alright, so you're going to fold it the long way. You do not want to create your body tube the short way because it's going to be difficult to fit all your parts in there. It's also going to be more difficult for your computer template to fit on there. The first thing you're going to do when you roll your body tube is line up your edges. So you're going to take it and you're going to line up both sides here and the top side. If you do line it up when it's crooked, you're going to have your body tube edges are going to look like this. They're not going to be lined up in your nose cone, or your engine mount's not going to fit in there correctly. So what you're going to do is line up all your edges. Right, now this is important. You always want to keep this very tight. You don't want to use too much glue because if it gets wrinkly, it's going to look terrible. So you're going to put your fingers on the edge of the paper right here, and I'm putting pressure on this part, and I'm rolling backwards with my other hand. I'm keeping pressure on there. I want to make sure, now this is tight, I have one piece of paper wrapped around my mandrel. That may make sure that when I put glue on here, I don't glue the piece of paper to the piece of wood. I shouldn't have to say that, but you'd be surprised how things go. So next I'm going to use white glue. If you'd like to use a glue stick, that's fine. You don't need very much glue at all. You're going to take, and I always start by putting a little bit, whoops, that's kind of a lot, around the outside. I run some around the top. I run some around the edge. You're going to get some on the table and we'll wash it off when we're done. I'll show you that in a second. All you're going to do, I then do an S pattern in the middle, and for good luck, sometimes, I don't usually go in there, sometimes I do. Depends on how I'm feeling, I guess. You're going to use your very fancy glue spreader, your index finger, and you're going to spread your glue off the edges of your paper because you want your edges to stick down tight. Alright, so I've got all that done, and we're going to follow the same process that we do here. I'm going to put my fingers on the front of the piece of paper to hold it tight with my thumb and my index finger. I'm going to roll it up as tight as I can. Alright, this process generally takes quite a few tries. This one actually looks pretty decent, but this is the third one I've rolled today. So you'll notice that these edges aren't quite done. Sometimes you can kind of fudge that, put a little bit of glue on there, and push those down. You want to make sure that your edges are all lined up this way, that they're not crooked at all. And when you're done with it, you're going to take it over to the door in the classroom, and there's a nose cone. You want to make sure that your nose cone fits in here snug. Not so snug that it won't fall out. If it's so snug that it won't fall out, your rocket will explode mid-flight when the ejection charge goes. I won't let you do that. I won't let you fly your rocket if it's going to explode. Too loose, it'll get pushed in there, and your flight's going to be terrible. Yours won't be aerodynamic at all. Same thing on the engine mount. You want to make sure on the other side, the engine mount is exactly the same size as the nose cone diameter, so you want to make sure that those fit in there as well, so that your rocket engine is secure when it takes flight. Right, as soon as you're done rolling your body tube, you need to clean up your workstation. So if you come over to the left of the body tube station, there's going to be some paper towels and some spray. You can take the spray and take a paper towel, and you can spray off your area and wipe it until it's dry and the glue is gone. If you're having trouble getting the glue off of the table, ask Mr. Zimmerman or Mr. Kermitz for a scraper, and they'll give that to you, and then you can get any pieces that may be stuck on.